Okay, we have appeared. Alright. Let's rumble.
Okay, we are audio and visual.
Yes, it's an auditory experience.
Okay. Hi, I'm Laura.
And I'm Jessica,
Welcome to No Man, No Man.
a podcast about international teaching, travel, and life.
I am a music teacher in Shenzhen, China.
And I'm a music teacher in Panama City, Panama.
This season, we will be live, but you will always be able to catch us later on this YouTube channel.
This is true. We would appreciate if you would subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can alert at any time we upload or go live, because we have had no schedule recently.
Yes, we're inconsistent, so you need to have notifications. And if you haven't yet, don't forget to check out our Instagram and follow us at Nomads Podcast.
Sick. Yeah, last time, what did we talk about? Because I don't think it was vacations before the last pandemic.
I think it was because I changed it.
It was. Okay. Well, cool.
Yeah.
And this week we're talking about blah, blah, blah.
No. I didn't.
We have a script, you guys. It's like last time we talked. Our last occasion before the
You
pandemic.
wrote that first, but then I was.
Today we're talking about blah, blah, blah.
It's funny. We're talking about mental health.
Yeah. Yeah, it's below here, so I mean, like.
You probably figured it out.
Yeah. Feel free as we're talking, because we didn't like meet and her and I talk about this yet. So if you have questions or ideas or comments or whatever, you're always welcome to jump in the chat. Whoever is actually here. Yeah.
Unless
I think that they are you and me.
Okay. One went away.
It's fine. I just don't look at the. It doesn't matter. You and I are just chilling.
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, like we were planning to start some segments, but I'm trying to think if I had a teachable moment this week. Did you have one? Do you have one on your mind? Because I bet if
Yes,
you start
I do.
talking, then I will be inspired. Here, let me.
Okay.
Wait, where's. Why did I do this? Pew! Teachable moment. Now there's a graphic. It's official. Okay.
Yay! Yes, my teachable moment is it is May and we are teachers, and there are many memes and stuff going around right now about how hard it is to teach in May, and especially this year, how hard it is. And my coping mechanism has been a slight bit of bribery, like even just small things like stickers. Some 8-year-olds don't care about stickers, but that's fine. We have um, little coupons like I will email your parents and say that you were wonderful, even if you weren't. I will like they have
What?
to
Laura?
earn that so they
What?
can redeem it at another time. Oh, we also have classroom DJ. So the kids can come next time and bring their ticket, and we will listen to half of one song that they want to. And it works. The smallest things, even if I'm like, oh, we're gonna play for 5 minutes silent ball or like just some whatever game, like it works. That's my teachable moment.
Um, I guess this was just maybe sort of reiterated to me. It's not really like new this week, but um, I don't know. I've just like really, really extra prioritized building relationships with my kids this year. And the biggest way that I've been doing that is by like playing games. So I guess that's like my thing. And also the kids are like in a routine. Like all my classes, I mean, sometimes my high school classes I won't start listening games because they're high schoolers. They can deal with the routine change. But like my middle schoolers, we always start with like a question or there's like something for them to answer like on my first slide, and then 90% of the time we play a game for a bit too. And I know I spend a lot of class time doing this, like a cumulative, because I spend like 10 or 15 minutes of my, or sometimes more of my 60-minute block doing it. But I don't know. I just think it's like extra important right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, when
Oh,
I
oh, you know, this
what?
actually, yeah, turned me down. I heard myself reverb back. Um, I actually, this actually, okay, I did think of a better teachable moment. I mean, that is good. Like that's
Okay.
been a highlight of this year. But
Yes.
um, something I've also done this year, I did it once each quarter. We just like chill for 15 minutes and like listen to Zen music and like do nothing. And
Mm-hmm.
I made my kids like answer, how they're feeling, just like a mental health check-in before we
Mm-hmm.
listened and did this and then after. And I mean, like, honestly too, like doing it with 6 years, I was like, they're gonna hate it, they're gonna think it's so dumb, but like the kids loved it. And we're
Yeah.
listening to, like I said, like steel drums and like Indian meditation music, and they're like
Yeah.
in it, like I don't know, like, so I guess that's been a good thing for me
Good.
also.
Yeah. I've been, we have activities, so it's like a club, but during the school day for younger ages. And I've had 9-year-olds the whole year because that's the only thing that fits in my schedule. So the first couple of quintiles we did just dance videos, which was pretty easy. I just like made a playlist of all the videos that they liked and then just press play. Sometimes I will do it with them. But I was just getting so exhausted from like the loud music and kids with such high energy. Like they need to do that, but I needed a break. So I
Yeah.
changed mine this quintile to mindfulness and just called it blanket that because sometimes we're going to do like coloring pages. And this week we had tea and painting and just like it can be whatever. And I think most of them like it. Once they realized what it was going to be, at first they were like, oh, what are we doing? They thought that I was just going to do yoga. We might do yoga, but not every single time.
Yeah. Also, I showed Laura this, but I want to address this. If anyone looks at my shirt, this is not poop. It's paint. I know it's very conveniently the color of some people's poop, but I promise it's not. Because I saw it in the corner and I was like, somebody's gonna think I like had an issue. So FYI, everybody, I didn't wipe poop on my shirt. Public service announcement. I was like, someone's gonna see it. Probably not, but maybe. Okay, tissue moment done. You know what, too? Also, Laura, I was thinking, if you want to talk about it, we can talk about what's happening next year with us, because I did already tell basically everybody that I needed to hear, so.
Okay, well, I was gonna do it anyway, like, if you wanted.
Okay,
If
let's
you wanted
Rambo it.
Let's do it. Okay. I will go first.
Sure.
Okay. So, I'm leaving China at the end of this school year, and I will be returning to the States. I think most people who are listening probably already know this. I'm moving back to Minnesota indefinitely. I will be subbing in the Mankato area and possibly have a second job. I'm very excited. I'm flying out June 26th.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's been like a roller coaster of a year. Like Laura's roller coaster started a lot sooner than my roller coaster from immediately landing in the country, as you guys have heard about those people that actually keep up with the videos. Um, yeah, mine, like, also was very much an emotional roller coaster. Like, really, truthfully, the lockdowns are very difficult. And like the time when you normally like go and meet people, like was not really there. So I had a hard time. Like I have friends, and I like everyone here, but I don't know. Anyways, for a myriad of reasons, I'm also going back to Minnesota. TBD right now, but either the cities or where we went to college. I don't know if you already outed the town, so whatever, but
I did.
yeah. But yeah, so around one of those two areas,
Yeah.
yeah, I interviewed for a job that I should hear about today, tomorrow, in the cities. So we'll see. But yeah, I will almost definitely still teach. I just don't know where yet. If I don't teach, I'll like sub or work at a daycare or something. But yeah, so we're both moving back, speaking of mental health. So we're also like probably gonna not on a live stream. Hi mom, have a discussion about the future of the podcast. We'll see. I'm down to keep doing it, but I mean the overall vision will be slightly morphed.
Yes. If people have ideas on like, should we just do like general teaching podcast, or just you want to like keep up with our lives, I guess we can do that.
Yeah. Like I said, we can talk more, but I think the easiest is just to keep it like if we're both still gonna be in classrooms, just shift it to that.
Please hold for cat issues.
Please hold. Okay, we're holding. Mom, what's up? How are you while I wait for Laura and her kitten? What's up, mommy?
Okay. Hello, I'm back.
Okay. But yeah.
Yes, exciting, fun times. We will figure out what it all means.
Yee.
Yeah. Okay, well, I kind of broke this up into 3 sections. So, mental health, specifically physically at school, mental health at home / in your personal life, and then what that means abroad as far as costs, facilities, resources. And then
Do you know?
if we have what?
Do you know the
A
costs
little
and
a little bit.
Okay.
Then at the end we can say like if we have any recommendations of podcasts or like literally anything that we would want to recommend to people for this. So,
Nice. Perfect. Love it. Okay, so mental health at work.
yeah,
I see the first thing you wrote is taking days off. And like,
yes.
I know like teachers as a whole have a hard time taking off work because also sometimes it's literally more work to not be at school than to be at school sick
Yeah.
with like the lesson plans and stuff. This year, I especially the past couple months, like because I've also got my vaccines over the past couple months. So I was like really tired and like other like no, in a normal year I would probably just go in. But this year I was just like no. I'm like I don't feel 100%. I'm not going. Um I don't know. I've really prioritized like taking time off because I have time off. Like use it. Um I don't know what else to say on that.
This year, I mean, I agree with you. It's always been hard to take time off, like writing the sub plans and stuff. And this year, it's interesting because normally my go to sub will be my co teacher,
Mm,
which has a lot of pros and cons. Like, he already knows the kids. I really don't even need to make a sub plan. It's just a formality because he knows that we can just continue with concert preparation and like he plays all my piano stuff anyway. But then I kind of feel bad that I'm making him pick up my extra work when he's already been doing it when I was in the hospital and stuff.
yeah.
But I've also been helping him out. Like, he had to take some days off, and sometimes he wants the morning off because he lives like an hour away. So we've been pretty good about it, but I maybe would have taken a couple more days off. And there was one day that I said, I'm not coming in tomorrow, but I'm going to ask for a sub because I don't want you to cover it because I had like the whole day. So it works out.
Yeah, I get that because yeah, I know a couple times like my immediate colleagues would had to come in and sit in my class, but like it's also like I did it for them as well. I don't know, it is kind of hard to like not worry about it, and especially now I feel like there's like a shortage of teachers and like subs and stuff. So yeah, it definitely like ends up affecting your coworkers when it shouldn't. Or like in an ideal situation, it wouldn't, you know.
Yeah. So does your school have personal days, sick days? Like, what is their policy on those
Um,
things?
I don't know the exact numbers, but we do have just like personal days. So it can be like mental
Okay.
health, it can be whatever. I don't like I said, I don't know the exact numbers, but it's at
Yeah.
least a couple, a couple.
Yeah. We don't have any personal days, but we have
No,
10 sick days a year and they roll over if you stay with the company. So,
I remember that, yes.
yeah, they haven't really specified like whether it can be used for mental health or like actual physical sickness, but our current admin has been really good about being mindful of people's time. Like, they always try to end the staff meetings on time. They
That's
try
good.
not to do anything like on the weekends unless it's absolutely necessary. So I think they are like generally supportive. There's not a whole lot of structure um, to like, I mean, of course every school could always be doing more, but I think their general mindset is like they will understand if you are saying that you are exhausted and you need some time off. So that's nice.
Yeah, I think my school's really understanding to the point where too it's like I met with my bosses about like not coming back, and I was just like they were so nice and supportive, and I'm
Yeah.
like be mad at me a little bit. But like they were just so nice because they were like you need to like they're like of course like we're gonna miss you, like you're I don't know, you're a great teacher, whatever, but you need to take care of your mental health and like do what's important for you. And like
Yeah.
so yeah, they're really, really at least like my immediate bosses and coworkers. Like I'm I'm not saying the other people aren't. I just don't have
Yeah.
experience with them as much, but they're really extremely supportive. Yeah, I do. I remember at our last like little other company, it's like I just remember hearing over and over. It's like if you have a mental health day, you're sick. If you are going to so and so's wedding, you're sick. Like if you miss your flight, you're
Yeah.
sick. Like you're
Yeah.
sick. You're taking a sick day. Don't tell them that you're not like,
Yeah.
which is kind of like messed up. I
Well,
mean,
if they
like in
don't
a
take it
way, they
personally.
let you do it. They just like on paper don't want it
Yeah.
to say that. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I think they know and they let
Yeah.
you. Most admin in the whole entire company, but yeah,
Yeah. No
it's a
one
little
has
weird.
ever questioned my sick days, whether or not they were sick days. They have never like asked anything
Oh,
about it.
me either.
Yeah. So
Like
that's
when I'm
good.
in doubt, I'm like, I don't feel well. I'm not coming in.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
don't get specific.
So
Um,
my next point was like using your prep time, and this is another like kind of depends on the district you're in. Maybe you have some like really strict admin that need 100% of your prep time to be like you physically lesson planning at the computer, but I feel like most admin are like expecting, okay, I hired you to be responsible, so you're just gonna, I expect you'll get your work done, and whatever you think you need to do in that time, go right ahead.
yeah, I will say like when I'm at school, I use more of my prep time for lesson planning. When I'm at home, I definitely like take breaks and do like mental stuff, or like
Yeah.
order food and like go downstairs and pick it up. Not while I'm teaching class, like during my
Yeah.
preps. Like I'll do a lot more
Yeah.
of that kind of thing. But like I think if I was at school the whole day, I would do similar things. Like I would take a prep and go walk the track.
Yeah.
Or like me and Sherry and our other friend Lori, we would like every like Wednesday morning we all had like the same prep. We would like go get coffee in the cafeteria.
Yeah.
I think it's important to do those little things. Like I
Yeah.
said, not in excess, like still use your
Yeah.
preps, but like also your preps are like for you to prep yourself mentally for the classes
Yes.
as well, in my opinion, not just
Yes.
physically prep things.
Yeah. And you can get actually, I mean, it doesn't have to be this way, but you might end up talking about some mutual students that you have when you're chatting with other teachers, and it can actually lead to getting stuff done.
Yeah.
Like, oh, well, did you ever put in that paperwork about so and so? And then they're like, oh, yeah, we should do that. And like, it can be good. And some admin I've heard have problems with, like, of course, you don't want to talk about students use their names like in open hallways, but teachers do need to talk about students so that they know what's going on and they hold them accountable.
Yeah. No, I definitely like certain students would get brought up in my like conversations at my last school, like I said, when I would just be hanging out.
Yeah.
All right. And unfortunately, outside of school hours too.
Yeah.
Teachers are always thinking about their students, whether
Yeah.
they say they are or not, constantly.
Yeah.
Okay. Students need a break too. Truth. This is that's kind of what I was talking about, the like whole, like I said, mental thing. And it's also like why I do games with my kid.
Yeah.
And kind of along the lines of this, I just have been a lot like I'm a very understanding teacher before this year, but I'm a lot more understanding than like benefit of the doubt with kids. And like timeline of work and things like that, I'm way more lenient than I would have been had this whole
Yeah.
fiasco not happened.
Yeah.
Um, I will say
We
though,
have,
the grading system at my current school does like still have things in place where kids can't completely like at the whatever the company you're still at where I was before,
Yeah.
it's very hard to be lenient because if you are, then they won't do the work or they'll do
Yeah.
everything at the end of the year or whatever. So with
Yeah.
it depends too. I mean, obviously always give grace to your students, but they do need like
Yeah.
at some point you have to do it, right?
Yeah.
Like take your time if as long as you're working and whatever,
Yes.
that's cool. Take the time you need.
Yeah.
Something comes up, fine. You can have a few more days. But
Yeah. We didn't have a spring break this year, and I think the teachers definitely have been feeling it the most. Well, I'm not a student, so I guess I don't know, but I can feel it for sure, like in the way that people are getting exhausted and stuff. And I have actually one specific class that's taking it super hard, and I don't think they realize that's why they are the way they are. But it's like every class they come in such a goofy mood and they just want to play, and like I don't know how to handle it. Like I'm trying to give them some more games and like give them some time, and they're such a small class too, so we can get derailed pretty easily.
yeah,
So it's just stuff like that where I'm like, I'm not going to be super hard on them. I know for the concert they will be fine because it's like 6 kids out of 45, and I'll space them out, and they do know their stuff. They just know that it's getting close to the concert, and so they're just getting antsy.
yeah, yeah, man. How do I model for my Okay. Well, like I said, taking days off when I need to. Literally this year, I have had a class rule that was like, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Like literally, I was like, if you don't feel well and you can't come to school, don't come to school. If you need
Yeah.
extra sleep, get extra sleep. If like, it was like whatever it is, I was like, take care of yourself. Literally, that was like a rule in my class.
Yeah. Good. I have quite literally done this. Like I explained to the kids why my office hours are the way they are. Like I don't stay after school for 2 hours every day because I need to have boundaries. And I don't know how people feel about this, but sometimes I tell the kids that I'm not getting paid for that. And it's important. It's not that I don't care about them, but it's important to have those boundaries and don't do extra work for free, because if you get in the habit of it, you're really selling yourself short.
I don't necessarily say I'm not getting paid for it, but I will tell kids, I'll be like, I will answer your emails like 99% of the time. Sometimes I'm busy, but like during the school day, like a half hour
Yeah.
before, 45 minutes after, whatever my contract hours are, I'm like, I will answer your emails 99% of the time, always during this. I said, if you email me outside of it, maybe I'll check, but I also need to do other
Yeah.
things and like have my own life. So if you email me at 10 p.m. about an assignment that's due at midnight, you're getting a reply at 8 a.m. or at 7:15 or whatever time I get to work.
Yeah.
Like,
I've said the same stuff. And I try to tell them when I'm in a bad mood or when I'm in a good mood. Because some classes I'm like, guys, I'm in a really good mood. Please don't ruin it.
oh
Please
no.
just do your work and just let me live.
Yeah, I don't think I mean, I've like been tired this year. I don't think I've been in like a bad mood, but I think last year I can't remember what had happened like the class before, but I had like a rough, probably a behavior thing or something the class before. So the class after like came in and like one kid did something and I'm like, this isn't directed at you, but I'm not in a good mood right now, so please don't test me.
Yeah.
Don't test me.
Yeah. That's what it's been. Like, oh, this other section of your same age has just been not learning their part, and I wish that you guys would learn your part, or like whatever thing. So
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. And then last, what does your school do to support mental health for students and staff? I know that my school had been doing like a mindfulness Tuesday thing. It was during our lunch break, so I didn't go.
Yeah.
But they have that, and they also, I haven't checked it out, and I really should maybe use it before I leave because it's actually really great. They have, you can get, I think, like 10 sessions of like talking to a counselor or therapy through my
Oh, nice.
job for free.
Cool.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
And then, like, it's not 100% with mental health, but we also have financial advisors. So you can have, like, so many
Ooh.
meetings with financial advisors about, like, your personal finances and stuff.
Hmm.
So there is, like, a really good, like, program set up to support you in that aspect through my school.
Yeah.
Like I said, I haven't really used it, but I know we have it. So that's really, really, really awesome, in my opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. That is really cool. Um, I took this more as just what schools in general could do. I didn't necessarily
Mm.
want to like bash things that my school is or isn't doing. I already said some of the things that they are doing well. But a couple ones that I really would like to happen in any job ever. Um, I had a past admin, actually, Dr. Burnside, who was our guest previously. She would frequently, like probably once a month or every other month, our staff meeting, she would have three big pieces of butcher paper, and it was what's going well, what needs tweaking, and what physical things do we need? Like, what do I need to buy? And so all the teachers would filter in and grab a marker and just write whatever they needed. It doesn't, it's like anonymous. And then she would take it back, go talk to the director and be like, what do we have money for? What can we change? And it was so helpful. Even if she
Mm.
didn't do any of it, it felt like we would
You
be
were
supported. And
heard.
she
Yeah,
actually did end up doing a lot of it. So it was really helpful.
that's really
And just
cool.
like being aware of morale. Some admin, I feel like they are living in their own world because they do have another world. They're dealing
Right.
with parents and budgets and all
Well, and
that,
they also
but
need to
they don't
have their own
understand
life.
like when teachers are like, oh, everyone's really, like right now, everyone's really stressed because we have so many events and we didn't get a spring break. So it's just like we're literally counting the days until school's
So, when
over.
was your last break then? In February?
We had a 3-day weekend like 2 weeks ago. Other than that, it was
But
Chinese New Year, which
which
was in
was
February.
okay. Yeah, I think mine was is the last week of March. But like
Yeah.
a normal year, like the whole from spring break to the end of the year is long. So in yours is
Yeah.
just even more extended. We've had no days
Yeah.
off since spring break,
Mm.
either, and we will have none. Um,
Oh
oh, sorry,
no.
we had one day off, but it was for conferences, so I
Yeah.
still was on the computer, just to, whatever, not with kids. Um, yeah, and then our last 2 weeks this year are going to be full in person. We're testing out like how next year's gonna run for the school,
Mm.
so it's gonna be exhausting.
Hmm.
Maybe it's even 3 weeks. I need to look at the schedule because next week is our last week where we're doing this half and half, and then the week after we're going back full day.
Nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's good for the school to test it. It's good for the
Yeah.
kids, but it is like extra prep and extra stuff added on to the
Yeah.
end of the year when the end of the year is already a lot. I'm mostly gonna just take the last 2 weeks to, this sounds bad, but just chill with my kids because, well, they
Yeah.
need to be mostly done with everything in the next week or two anyway. So I have time
Yeah.
to grade it and all of that. So we're mostly gonna just hang out.
Yeah.
Because some of my classes too, I only see once a week. So I really only have 3 or 4 classes with them. So
Yeah,
yeah.
we have one more week after the concert, and grades have already been due, which I don't know if they know or not. But I have a week of just some fun stuff planned. Like, we're going to do end of the year awards
Yeah.
and probably watch the concert, maybe watch a movie, and then be done.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, I mean, we'll still do music related stuff, but it's probably gonna
Yeah.
be more like games and discussions, or we'll do activities that look like they're graded, or like look like but they're,
Yeah, yeah.
like, because grades
Yeah,
are due.
I want to do more games, but I need to like learn more games. I don't know how I just missed in my I don't know if you learned them in college, but
No, no.
how
Like
did you
all of
learn
the
them?
things are from like I learned from student teaching or
Oh,
Googling things or from colleagues. It's like
yeah.
I don't feel we didn't learn this stuff in college. I mean, not to get on a tangent, but in when I feel like you learn the reasoning behind teaching so much
Mhm.
more than actual physical teaching skills that you can put into the class. Like, I just wish there was more classes where it's like, here's like the teachers taught it like a lesson that they would teach a class
Yeah.
to
Yeah.
younger kids. And it's like, here's an opening like bell ringer activity. Boom, there's
Yeah.
an example. Now put it in this folder. You can use it when you're a teacher, you know? Like, I just wish there was more of that
Yeah.
kind of thing. Um,
Yeah, I totally agree.
but yeah, it was definitely like I just learned by doing this, doing it and stealing ideas from other
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shall we move on
Yeah.
to mental health at home? Um, there's like basically all of my hobbies can be considered like mental health stuff because it's just stuff that's not working. But my favorites are making tea,
Mm.
talking to friends and family, especially when I'm away,
Yeah.
and probably journaling because if I can't talk to someone, like especially with the time change, then I'm just like I'm just gonna write it all down and I can probably figure it out on my own.
Yeah. Well, my things have morphed so much this year. Honestly, like the biggest mental health thing that I do for myself now is video games. And if you had told me that 6 months ago, I would have thought you were whack. Well, okay, at least not the video games that I play now.
Yeah,
You know, like if you were like you're gonna play Animal Crossing, I'd be like, okay. But it's just like the extent and the amount of time I play on video games now is crazy. But I love it, and it's so fun. Um, and
yeah.
then also, yeah, like talking to people from home for sure. And yeah, writing. I also like to just sing karaoke to myself in my house.
Me too. Because then you can pick out all the songs that you want. No one bothers you.
Well, and you can test it once before you hit it in public.
Yes. And you
Um,
can just skip it whenever you want. Like, I'm done singing this chorus. Goodbye.
yeah, yeah. Earlier this year, I was doing some painting. I think video games kind of it's like sub for that, but I do also like doing the acrylic painting tutorials. I'll get back into them eventually. It's just like I said, the end of the year, man.
Yeah, definitely. One thing I wanted to say, because I think there's like a big problem with social media telling you that like self care is just buying yourself stuff, and I hate that. Like, please know that there's other ways. Like, you don't have to buy stuff, you don't have to constantly make it about food, which is another problem that I think people are finding. Like,
Yeah,
there's so many things to do. You can just literally look on Pinterest for like self care and then scroll through all the ones that are about buying stuff and food. And then there are like a bunch of good ideas.
yeah, yeah, for sure. Um, I don't have a bathtub here, but when I was in Kazakhstan, that was something
Yeah.
else I would do is I would just like
Yes.
chill in the bath and like I don't know, like watch a movie in the bath, not with
Yes.
like literal, but
Yeah.
away a safe distance away from the
Yeah.
water, and like light candles and like just chill.
Yes.
I would do that. I don't, especially towards the end of the year, it was like every week because I was like,
Yes.
I need me time. But yeah, that's something
I
else.
bought a bathtub.
I
I
think I
bought
saw.
like a it's so weird, like when you think about that. Most people like don't know what that means, like if it's like a kiddie pool. It's not. It's basically like a plastic what's it called when you like break it down and you can extend it.
I don't know.
I don't
Portable?
know, whatever those things are. What?
What? I don't know what
You
you.
sure?
Okay.
It's like a bendy straw, you know? You can make it different sizes, but it's a bathtub. Adjustable, maybe? I don't know.
I
It's
love
like
that for you.
you fold it into like basically it's like 4 inches thick, and then you just push it all out, and there's legs and two stoppers, and then you put it under like the water faucet, and it's a bathtub. And it was so cheap. It was like $15. And I already have someone who wants to buy it from me when I leave because most Chinese apartments don't have bathtubs. So,
Yeah, most Panamanian parents don't have bathtubs either. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, earlier, I don't want to get into it too much, but I had like not a good day earlier this week. And like literally like two of my friends are like, go take a bath. And I'm like, I can't take a bath.
oh,
Uh, it's all good now, but I was like not feeling
yeah.
great. They're like, go take a bath, like take care of yourself, go to bed. And I'm like, I can't take a bath.
That was one of my
I could
requirements
sit
for
in the
my new
shower.
apartment. I was like, I have to have a bathtub next year, and I do, so no worries.
Nice. Nice.
Yeah.
Um, sorry, I'm yawning. Maybe. What do you do for others? How do you learn what you need? Whoa, what do I do for others? I don't know. I feel like I'm like pretty decent at the people I see regularly. Obviously, it's harder for me to like know, like pick up on cues from like my friends back home right now. But like people
Mhm.
here or people I talk to on the daily, I feel like I'm pretty good at reading when something's up.
Yeah.
So I guess the biggest thing is I just check in, you know. Or if there's somebody that I hear from normally every day and I haven't heard from them, like just checking in.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's the biggest thing I think you can do for other people. It's just let you know that you're there, right?
Yeah. I've been working really hard to like figure out when someone wants me to just listen to them versus like
Mm.
giving them advice. I almost always give people advice, and there's like a couple of people that I'm really close to that almost never want that, and I
Yeah,
kind of just realized that. So
yeah.
that's like really hard for me, but I am working on it.
I do the same thing. I like get into the mode of trying to like fix it when like
Yeah.
sometimes I when I think of it because sometimes I just instinctually start doing it too. I will ask, be like, do you just want to vent or do you want
Yeah.
ideas? Um,
Yeah.
but like I said, sometimes I don't always like think and I just start rambling ideas,
Yes, definitely.
which is like interesting because I mean, like, sometimes I do want, like, people to give me, like, solutions and stuff, but, like, I feel like generally speaking, I more so just like people to listen
Yeah.
to what I'm saying. Um, but, like, I do the opposite, so I don't know. I think it's kind of interesting.
Yeah.
I mean, like I said,
I
there
think,
are times when I do want feedback, like, for sure, but I
yeah.
think more times than not, I just need to vent.
Yeah, I like hearing other people's perspectives, but I don't like when people like follow up and think that I am absolutely going to take their advice.
Mm,
And
yeah,
I'm like, no, like I understand, like you wanted me to do that, but I'm not going to do that.
right. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Okay, how do you learn what you need? Laura, tell me
Yeah.
about it.
Well, I would say therapy and journaling. Those are the keys because you need someone to like sound off, even if it's not like an actual therapist. I guess it could be your friend. But it's really helpful to have a professional to like point stuff out to you. That's like, hey, you don't like when other people do that, but you do that. Or, just like anything pointing out your behaviors, learning, constantly reflecting. I'm constantly
Yeah.
reflecting on everything I do.
Oh my gosh, I don't constantly reflect, but I was gonna say I feel like I've just learned a lot about myself by like reflecting on situations in the past, like we were just
Yeah.
talking about. I was like, I didn't
Yes.
realize, I do the opposite of what I like done. And think, I don't know. I think, yeah, just like looking back on things when you're in a safe space away from it, if it's, you know what I mean, if you're in the middle of a situation. I mean, don't be
Yeah.
overthinking everything, but yeah, I think looking back on stuff is good. Like I said, not overly, but
Yeah. So, how does all of this change when you go overseas? Like
well,
money, resources,
oh my gosh.
whatever.
Well, yeah, like I said, my company has something in place. Thank God. Um, if I had felt strongly enough to partake. But yeah, generally, I don't really honestly know. Do you have
Yeah.
any ideas?
Um, I'm kind of putting my context clues together. So, Turkmenistan had basically nothing. China, I know of at least one person that goes to an English counselor here. So I know there are some options. There are two English or like international hospitals, like just general hospitals. I know that it's still like somewhat taboo in Eastern culture to really talk about mental health, and like everyone is really focused on work and that being like the center of your life. Um, and as far as money, obviously I've had some medical costs here, and I think it's generally either about the same as the cost would be in the States if you had insurance, or
Well, it's
less.
you're talking about
It
China
hasn't been more.
specific.
Yes.
Yeah. I know other health costs in Kazakhstan
Yeah.
and
Yes.
here are cheaper. Especially Kazakhstan is so cheap. And I mean, also it depends on where you are. Some places, I mean, countries, I think it's for free.
Yeah. I
Uh,
think most places is cheaper than the US.
Literally facts.
But it depends on your insurance too, because when you're a foreigner, you're not going to be getting those benefits necessarily. And a lot of international schools don't have the best health care. It can be just like life and limb, or it can be like great. I know my current one is not that great,
Oh,
but I don't need it because China has just subsidized it.
yeah, it was like, I feel like mine is fine. Again, I haven't gone to the doctor since I've been here, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, but like I said, in Kazakhstan, I went and I either like paid nothing or I paid like $15 for like a strep test and like checkup and everything or something. It was
Yeah.
nothing. And then like the medication was like $3 or something stupid. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's like so cheap.
Yeah. I went to get a refill of my prescription shampoo, and he was like, "How many do you want?" I'm
I
like,
know.
"I don't know. How much are they?" He's like, "Oh, I don't know. They're like $3 each." And they was still pretty cheap in the States, but I was like, "Geez, if they're $3, I might as well get like three and just stock up. Hopefully, I won't need it for much longer." So,
Yeah. Well, and then just too, like I don't even think I the it's funny what's over the counter and not. Like when I had strep throat in my first year in Kazakhstan,
mm-hmm.
um, literally like I had like a paper of what I needed, but I just told the people at the counter what I needed, and they just gave me like this high, like you know what I mean, like like in
Yeah,
the U.S. prescription drug
yeah,
without asking, and then also to like I didn't buy birth control in Kazakhstan, but my friends, but you also just like get it over the counter and it's like
Yeah.
nothing. Like what the
Yeah.
heck? America.
But are you surprised? I'm not surprised.
No, no. Okay. Uh,
Oh, I was just gonna say one more thing about this, and then we can move on if you
yeah.
don't have anything else. I was gonna say that your support system becomes like your central piece of mental health, at least for me, when you're abroad, because you might not have those mental health facilities or they will be different. And so it's just so important to lean on the people that are there and probably going through what you're going through.
Yeah, I have one person here, in Panama in specific, that I've talked to a lot about, like whatever the mental ups and downs. And I think it is like, I know it's hard to meet people abroad, duh, like I live here right now, but like, I think it's important that you at least have one person that you can confide in
Yeah.
like that.
Even if even if you don't really want to tell that person, I
Yeah,
have like people that I can trust. I know they won't say anything even if I like don't really want to tell them, but
right.
yeah.
Yeah, so I have one person that I've been like, whatever. I mean, I talk to other people
Yeah.
about it, not as in depth, but like her, like I at least have one person that I've been like, and I mean, always you can talk to people from home, you can always call home, but it is when you're
Yeah.
abroad important to have somebody there that knows what you're going through.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can talk to Laura because though we're in different countries, we will have had similar experiences or could imagine the other person's experience
Yeah.
a lot easier. But if I just call one of my other friends from home and like they can sympathize, but they can't like put themselves in that situation
Yeah. They don't really get it.
accurately.
They
Accurately.
care that you're upset, but they can't really help.
Right. What? Right. Right.
Okay. Anything that you want to recommend for people's mental health, podcasts, apps, anything that you like?
Um, actually, I did just think of one. Um,
Mhm.
on YouTube. I don't have a lot of recommendations. I a couple years ago read a bunch of like self-help books. Like
Okay.
what's the whatever you're a badass one?
Yes.
Um there's another one, Big Magic or something. It's by the Big Magic one, I think that's the name of it, is by the writer
Okay.
of Eat, Pray, Love.
Okay.
Um I think those are the two big ones. But You Are a
We also
Badass
read
is
Mindset.
that's good. We did read that. Um
Yeah, I read that one too, like probably 5 years ago when it was popular.
but let me see if I can find. Okay, there's like two different dudes that I'll listen to on YouTube, and mostly it's like as I'm going to bed, like if I can't sleep. Um, Michael Seeley and Jason Stevenson, they're like guided, like talk down meditations, I guess.
Okay.
That makes sense. I mean, they both have them for like everything, like so it can be from like letting go, falling asleep, whatever. Mostly I'll just like listen to the ones that are like relaxing and falling asleep or like whatever, and they do the whole like I don't know, bring your mind to like this part of your body now, like whatever. And so
Oh yeah.
usually before even like they're done getting through that first part, I'm asleep. Um, so I
Mhm.
got like that is really neat. That and then like I said, You Are a Badass. But I read that a couple years ago. Are probably like the two
Yeah.
big ones that I can think of right now.
Yeah. I have a couple things. I have been listening on and off to this podcast called Confidently Insecure, and it's by Kelsey Dara. She used to be on BuzzFeed, and now she has her own stuff. I
Oh,
also
okay, yeah.
recommend her page and her book. And her book, which is waiting for me at my mom's house right now, it's a workbook called Don't Effing Panic, and it's about like everything that she's went through with different therapists. She became sober She's been sober for like over a year or 2 years now. And it just sounds really interesting. I heard all the reviews are great, and I can't wait to read that one.
Nice.
Oh, and I also really like Michael Buckley. I just started following him on Instagram, and he's a life coach, but he always has like really uplifting Instagram stories, and he's just like has good advice, and I like listening to him.
Nice. Yeah, I don't really, like I said, have anything. Oh, well, comfort TV shows, movies, music. God, I think there's something about mental health when you start rewatching a show.
Yes.
I think, right? That's a thing.
Yes.
The Office was probably. I rewatched this fall, like The Office, New Girl. I guess those are probably like my comfort rewatch shows. I haven't been doing it recently. Yeah. And they don't have to focus super hard on it.
Oh, yeah. I read something that was like, the further back your nostalgia, like, in music goes, like, if you're listening to stuff from high school versus middle school, like, the further back you go, the more you are, like, currently having problems. I don't know if that's true, but I thought it was funny.
Laura, why you have to call me out? Because over the past 2 weeks, I've been listening to like 2000 pop punk. So my problems are 20 years old. So you're telling me they're like 15, 20 years old?
Yes, I started rewatching Jenna and Julian podcast episodes.
I saw that.
And I'm like, I didn't even realize that I was doing it. I was just like clicking on different YouTube videos. And then today I was like, wow, this is probably a bad sign.
Yeah. No, dude, I used to religiously watch them too. It would be like, they did it on Sundays, right? But I couldn't see it till like Sunday night or Monday morning. But it would be like, I would listen to it when I was getting ready for work on Monday morning.
Yeah.
Like every week. Yeah.
I would listen to them like Monday nights as I was falling asleep because of the time change. So yeah. But it's still just as good, and they have like over 200 episodes, so I could easily like re-listen to some of them, and I will not remember them really at all.
Right, or at least not the specifics, right?
Yeah.
All right. I can't think of anything else. To any of our 3 viewers, which 2 of them are me and Laura, and the 3rd is probably my mother.
Yes, it is.
Have anything else?
Oh, and I wanted to recommend BetterHelp. It's the app that can be used for like remote counseling, which is really good right now as we are still in a pandemic. And I have used it in multiple countries. And yeah, it's pretty good. Like, you can find someone.
Is it free or no?
No, but you can get it covered through your insurance, or you can get it pretty heavily subsidized. So I think I haven't done traditional like go to an office therapy.
Okay.
But from what I've heard, it's like a little bit cheaper than that.
Well, I would believe it, yeah.
You would hope so, because you're not physically going to a place, but they're all like licensed therapists and everything, and they should sponsor us. I shouldn't be giving them this free promotion.
Yeah, come on, a free promo. I see you also put this hotline. What is this hotline?
I did. I said if we want to put hotlines, I really like NAMI, which is the National Alliance for Mental Illness, and I try to donate to them a lot because they do a lot of good things, and they have a Minnesota branch.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think that's everything.
I think that is everything. Like, take care of yourselves. Drink your water.
Yeah. Get
your sleep.
It's Mental Health Month, guys.
Yeah, buddy.
So if not now, then when?
Oh man.
Anyway,
Yee.
thank you all for listening and watching today, especially Jessica's mom, who's here live.
MVP. If you have questions or suggestions for us, the best place to let us know is like live while we're live, or in the comments or on our Instagram page at Nomads Podcast.
We will post extra clips, pictures, reminders about upcoming episodes infrequently.
Maybe.
Thank you for listening from wherever in the world you are.
And we'll catch you next time.
Bye.
Bye.